Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
Well, I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathers. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me, funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
And he's joining me on the line right now to talk about his brand new children's book, The Talented Farter. He is the one and he's the only Michael Rosenbaum. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
You know, it's really hard for me to read or say your name without going like, Michael Rosenbaum. Like, I have to do the jingle now. I'm such a fan of the podcast, so it's like kind of stuck in my head.
I appreciate that. You know, that was a stupid little jingle that I did from day one. And, I thought of changing it, and every fan of the podcast just are like, no, don't change it. So it's part of the show now. And like, people always come up to me and their kids sing it sometimes. And it's just, I'm honored. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a part of the lore. Well, look, talk to me about this book, The Talented Farter. Title, Out of This World. You knocked it out of the park. It's a grand slam at Yankee Stadium. But it's a sound book about a kid whose only talent is farting. Give me the feedback here. Give me the background.
You know, I wanted it to be, I guess it's funny, but my friend John Heater, who was Napoleon Dynamite, sometimes I'm immature, and I would send him farts in the morning, and he'd wake up, and then he'd text me back or send a voice memo saying, that sounds like fireworks in the distance, gosh. And I was, so I came up with this idea of, wow, what if this kid makes different farts, and they sound like different things that you hear every day. So it's his only talent, and I really think it's charming, and I came up with that book from that, and I pitched my agent, and they laughed, and they said, let's do it, and the next thing you know, Simon & Schuster's working with me, and we made this beautiful little book that's awesome and beautifully illustrated and funny and good for adults and kids, and it's doing really well, and it's just a fun gift for the holidays, and I'm just super, super proud of it, and my inner child has come out.
Well, look, when you hear the concept, it's absolutely funny. It's a good idea, but I'm always fascinated, how you take something, let's say, from the log line of, hey, I have a book about a kid whose only talent is farting, but then figure out how to actually develop that story. What was the process? Did you have to sit and do a lot of sketches? Did you work with a collaborator to try to really figure out how you were going to do this from idea to the actual page?
Yeah, I thought, you know what, let's make up a story around the farts. And so each scene is these are all the things that brighten his life. He doesn't need an alarm clock in the morning because, his rear end never lets him down. At the same time every morning, it goes off, so he's ready for school, and I have a fart alarm. So it's a fart alarm, and then his dad's power drill goes out, and I have a fart that sounds like a power drill. So he makes his dad laugh. He talks to frogs in their own language because I have a fart that sounds like frogs. So he's one with nature. He's working, he's getting along with his father. He's waking up for school. He's doing all these things. His family, their fireworks aren't going off. They're not working for 4th of July. So he has some fart crackers and some, and he just brightens the mood. It's about a kid who just like brightens the mood wherever he is. And it's funny and charming. And I just thought, let's make it charming. Let's not just make it about farts as much as it is this kid whose only ability is to let loose and just try to make every day a good day. And that's kind of what I do as, me, when I go into a room, I don't like to take things too seriously. And I like to, it's like, we're not talking about politics, okay? I'm going to fart and I'm going to stop that conversation right now. And, my friends just get a kick out of it. And I think it's just, it's exactly what I wanted to write. But, when you talk about collaboration, you want somebody who gets it and wants to make the book as great as possible. And that was Lake Press and Simon & Schuster. And they allowed me to make my farts as long and loud as I wanted. We made little Michael kind of look like me in a way. And it's just a touching little story. And it's unique. And I'm super proud of it. A lot of my celebrity friends, they put quotes on the back, like Rainn Wilson said, "This book is disgusting and horrible. I've read it 147 times." My co-star from Smallville, Tom Welling, says, "An insight into the bowels of a genius."
Phenomenal quote. That's a phenomenal quote.
And John Heater from Napoleon Dynamite says, "Michael really put his fart and soul into this book." So it's a dream come true. It's like, I can't believe somebody allowed me to make this book, and kids are loving it and their parents are loving it. It's not just for kids. And so I'm just super proud of it.
But like this idea and what I know about Michael Rosenbaum just from listening to the podcast and seeing you on television and movies forever, it just feels really like you follow things that you're truly interested in and passionate about. That's why I really think your podcast is so good. You can tell the questions that you ask are things that you're genuinely curious about, like the interview you just did with Eric Roberts. I think it's the best Eric Roberts interview that's out there because you actually truly care, and I think you're passionate about everything that you do.
You know what? I mean, you're right. You really hit the nail on the head. I think that whatever I do, I put 1,000,000% into it. And whether it's successful in the public's eye or not, I want to be fulfilled. And to be fulfilled, I want to follow through with these things that I'm passionate about. So the talented farter, or, I said, my dog's breath, I wish it was better. I wish it smelled like puppy's breath. So I created a product called Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath because my nickname's Rosie. And I'm like, you just put it in your dog's water, it's odorless, tasteless, and your dog's breath's good. I'm like, I want to make it. And my friends are like, yeah, whatever, it's good. That's a cool idea, but you're not going to do it. I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm going to do it. And I figured out how to do it with my friend Tom Lally, who's my childhood friend. And the podcast, I was like, I've never done this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. And the more I was more vulnerable and real and down to earth, the more people listened. And that's how I sort of take everything that comes to me. I'm like, hey, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it my way and listen to the people who are smarter than me and learn from them and just try to enjoy life, Right now it's like I'm writing scripts and pitching shows, and I'm like, I don't know if everybody's going to like it, but I love it. So I'm passionate about it. And I think that people, when they see the passion behind something, it gets them excited. So you have to be passionate, in other words, for other people to catch on and for it to be received, well. They have to see your passion. That comes first.
Yeah, it's infectious. It's definitely infectious. If you really truly believe in something, people can feel that. They feel that energy. And the quote is attributed to Joan Rivers. I don't know if she's the one who said it, but she said one time, life's too short to be taken seriously. And that's something that I try to live by. And you know what? It seems like you're trying to have a good time as well, like with the Talented Farter that's available now. Again, congratulations on the book, Michael. And thank you so much, man, for joining us this morning. We really appreciate your time.
You're amazing. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.